Good afternoon, my little crafting monsters. How's everybody doing today? Here with you is Jesse, and I am with Paper to Masterpiece. Today we are going to continue on the video series on the birthday decorations, Harry Potter theme. Today we are going to be working on these little gift treat boxes. Now they're candy shaped. These are really cute. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will show you how these beauties were made. So first off, we're going to need a piece of cardstock. Now the cardstock could be any size that you guys, well, no, not any size, but the cardstock could be any color. Any color you want. I basically chose to use black because I do have a lot of black cardstock on hand, and also because I just like the way black looks. Also because I want to keep everything uniformed. The banner, if you guys remember on the previous video, the banner was black with yellow and red, and then all kinds of other little embellishments that I had on there. But for the treat boxes, we're just going to keep them black, and we're just going to go ahead and embellish them. So this is basically what we're going to be creating today. And today we are going to be using the We Are Memory Keepers punch board, which is this beauty right here. Now, there's a lot of treat boxes that you guys could do. A lot of treat boxes. You guys don't have to do this treat box, but for whatever reason, if you guys do have a We Are Memory Keepers candy box punch board, then and you guys want to recreate this, I would love to see what you guys come up with. You guys could use any color paper stock. You could use DSP paper, any kind of print. The possibilities are basically endless. So if you guys don't have a We Are Memory candy box punch board, what you guys could do, because I have seen a file that cuts this exact same little box on the Cricut. You guys could look up candy box treat boxes, and a file will come up like this. Now, for whatever reason, if you guys don't have a punch board and you guys don't have a Cricut, you guys could always just do a regular box, a long box. It doesn't have to have the edges, and you could just continue decorating it like so, or you guys could just continue to change up the styles and use your guys' own little creations. So let's get started, because this video is not going to be really that long. I'm going to go ahead and speed up a lot of the processes so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me do everything step by step on real time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start off with a 11 and 8.5 inch cardstock, so that's just basic regular size, and we're going to go ahead and cut that down. See, I want it to be basically 8.5 inches long, so this is basically the length that I want. Now, when you're going to use this punch board, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and cut all your papers at 7 inches. So you got to make sure that all your paper, no matter what length you're going to do, it's always going to be 7 inches. And that's going to give you that perfect square all the way around. And it takes 7 inches to do that square. Now on the length, that you can do any size you want. You could go from 4 inches to 12 inches. Now we're going to go ahead and just use the whole entire cardstock. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and leave the length at 8.5 inches. So all we're going to do is on the 11-inch side, the long side, we're going to cut it at 7 inches. So let's go ahead and cut that down to 7 inches. Now I don't know if you guys could see this, but we're going to cut it at 7. Okay. And then we're going to end up with this. Now we can go ahead and put this little scrap away, because you know that we keep all of our scraps and we eventually use them. This is going to come in handy on some other project. Trust me, I never throw any scraps away. So then what we're going to do here is now we're going to bring our punch board, and the punch board is basically pretty self-explanatory. All of the rules and the Directions are right here on the actual board itself. You get this awesome little scoring tool. You get the punch, the board, and I mean, seriously, this is super, super easy. Anybody could do this, and it makes your project go by so fast and so quick. So basically right here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the 7-inch side, okay? And we're gonna line that up to the little line right here. See this little point right here? The little point where the board starts? Well, there's a little line that goes all the way directly down to the bottom, and it says start line. So we're gonna butt up this paper right against that line, right on that line, and then we want to make sure that it's on this little plastic bumper over here as well too. So you want the paper pretty snug in there, and then we're gonna go ahead and punch. And once you punch it, you're gonna move it down, and if you guys notice, there's a little diamond right here. Well, this is a raised little diamond, so that punch that you just did is gonna perfectly fit nestled into this little diamond that's already there. And this is designed so that you guys are gonna get a perfect punch every single time. You guys cannot mess this up, I promise you. Then what we're gonna do is once this is butted up right here onto the diamond, we're gonna punch one more time. Okay. We're gonna bring that diamond back in here. We're gonna score it. Now my paper is longer than the actual board, so all we're gonna do is just go all the way down to where it goes. We're gonna punch, and we're gonna move it along and score it. Then we're gonna punch and move it along and score it. So you guys, like me for instance, I'm gonna do 12 of these boxes because I'm gonna have 12 guests for my twin boys' little birthday party. Now, if you guys are gonna do 12 boxes, or you guys are gonna do 20 boxes, or even 6 boxes, all you have to do is just cut all your paper to size, get your punch board, sit yourself down in front of the TV and go at it. Get into the rhythm, and before you know it, trust me, your guys' project is gonna be completely done. So once we're done with this side, what we're gonna do is watch what we do. We're just gonna flip it over, okay? So this is the way it was on the board. We're just gonna flip it over, okay? And then on this point where you have that half diamond right here, that's the point that you're gonna wanna start with, because that's the side that you started with in the beginning. So we're gonna go ahead and butt up this paper onto that line again. Make sure that it's on this bumper and on the line, and you're gonna punch. We're gonna move it along, butt it up onto this raised diamond. This is your guide. This is gonna tell you where you're gonna punch next. And the good thing about this is that you had already did a score line. Remember when we punched the first time, you scored it? Well, there's a line already here, and this line basically is butted up right directly onto this point. Everything aligns so perfectly. We are memory keepers, they thought of everything. So now at this point, remember where our paper was a little too long, longer than the board, so we didn't go all the way down. This is the part where you're gonna go ahead and score that other half that didn't get scored. So we're gonna punch, move it along, and score. Okay, punch, move it along, and score. Punch, move it along, and score. And I'm telling you, this makes it so much easier. Now, on the little box, there's this little kind of like I call it like a little fish tail. It looks like a little whale's tail, a fin, but it's just a little ribbon. So what we're gonna do is, We Are Memory Keepers has it to where it has the punch right here where it's gonna cut the diamonds, and then it has a punch over here on this side where it's gonna cut that little notch that we're gonna take out from each little diamond here. And it has a guide on here as well. It has 2 triangles. These triangles are where you're going to rest your paper at. See how your paper rested just perfectly in those triangles? And then you're gonna punch. Okay, you move it along, rest it up against there, and punch. Move it along, rest it up there, and punch. Move it along, rest it right there, and punch. And so basically what you're creating is you're creating this little notch right here to give it that little, kind of like a little ribbon look. And so we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing to this side now, okay? I'm gonna move it a little bit faster now because you guys already got the gist of how the process of what we're doing. Okay, so once you're done with this, basically you no longer need your punch board. Once you have all of your boxes done and you're at this stage, you don't need the punch board anymore. So at this point, what we're gonna do is we are going to bring our score tape. Now at this part, you can use basically any kind of adhesive that you're used to. You could use a snail, you could use a double-sided tape, you could use liquid glue, whatever it is that is more like easier for you, whatever you have on hand, because like I always say, hey, use what you got. You don't need to go out there and buy special double-sided tape just because Jesse used it in his video, or you don't have to use Eileen's tacky glue because I always use this for every project. Now, you basically can use any kind of adhesive that you're more comfortable with. Everybody has their adhesives. There's like millions and millions of different types out there, so it's whatever you prefer. Now, so what we're gonna do here is, I know you can't see this because of the black paper, but there's a score line that's going, see where the diamond is? Right on the point of the diamond, there's a score line that goes all the way directly down to the next point. And that's going all along here. So now you notice right here, this part right here is a lot smaller than these. From this point to this point, where this score line is, these 4 little panels, these are full panels. This is half a panel. This half a panel is where you're going to put your adhesive. This is where I'm going to put my double-sided tape. This double-sided tape, I wish I could tell you guys what brand it is and what brand it is, but I don't know what brand it is because of the fact that I live in Los Angeles in Southern California, and we in downtown have like warehouses of anything you could think of, from fashion to fabrics to flowers, anything. So there's a district where there's crafting warehouses, and they're warehouses where they sell all kinds of crafting stuff. Well, I get these by bulk. Now, if you guys are interested in buying one of these, you guys could go ahead and find these on my Etsy shop at Paper to Masterpiece. These, sorry about that, guys. So anyway, as I was saying before we got interrupted, you can find these at my Etsy shop at Paper to Masterpiece. And the rolls are really, really big. And they last for a long time. And you could pick one of these up for, I believe we have it for $4.50, which, like I said, it's a pretty huge roll. So you really do get your money's worth. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run this up against that, a little, well, not up against it, a little underneath that score line. I know, I'm so sorry guys, this is the wrong color to be choosing for a tutorial, but this is the color that I'm using for the party, and you know me, I don't really waste a lot of paper. So then, because the adhesive is on this side, what we're going to do is we're going to fold in, and then we're going to go ahead and go to the next score line, fold in, go into the next score line, fold in, go into the next score line and fold in. Okay, and so now we have the little box. Do you see how the box is coming in? Like, this is perfect. Now, you could have put adhesive on this side so that this could have, you know, went hiding inside. However, I messed up, so I put it on the inside of this, which you could probably turn it around and do that. But I don't want to make this paper stock any weaker by refolding it the opposite direction. So on this part, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, I like to kind of work these a little like this, bend them in. This will basically help it, and I'm going to show you guys right now where this is. So all I'm doing is, if you get the paper, you're just kind of bending it. See? You're just bending it a little. That's all you're doing. you're kind of making those fibers already trained to how they're going to sit once the whole box is together. So all we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take off this adhesive. And of course on video, this always gives me a hard time. Okay. And then we're going to, on the center of this, we're going to go ahead and lay this down. Lay it down. Bring your flap and lay it right down over that. Okay, and there you have your box. Now this flap, I always have it at the bottom. It's always at the bottom, so nobody ever really gets to see that. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and cut with our Sizzix machine. What I did was I cut scallops, okay? So I got, because remember what I said is that I was going to keep everything uniform to the same color as I did with the banner and everything. So everything's going to be the same color. The rosettes, the place settings, everything is going to be color coordinated at red, yellow, and black. And so what we're doing is, what I did was I got my Sizzix framelits, and what I did was I got, I believe it's the third one. If you count from the middle out, it's the third one. And I got 12, because like, remember, I'm doing 12 boxes. I got 12, I cut out 12 red scallop circles, okay? 12 red of these. And then what I did was I got the next one down and I cut out 12 yellow ones. That's that little yellow that you see peeping out from in here in the middle. So we got 12 and 12. I went to my office supply store where they do copies at, and I had them print out this sheet that I found online under Google. I found it under Harry Potter embellishments. That's basically what I typed into Google. I did Harry Potter embellishments, and this came out. And all I did was I saved the image, I took it to my office supply store, and I had them print it out on a thicker cardstock. So don't have them print this out on a regular printing paper. Make sure that you get it on a cardstock, because you want it to be a little bit more durable, and you want it to be, you just want it to be a little bit more sturdy. So this is what I printed out, and remember, I'm only doing 12 cards. This is going to be way more than enough that I need. I had them print out 2 sheets, so I always have one as my master, and I could always take this back and just have them copy it. So I cut out 12 of the little circles. I fussy cut these by hand with my little Paper Studio scissors. These are super sharp, and I love these. These are my ultimate favorite. I fussy cut out the circles, and then I glued everything together. Now, a little tip, guys, whenever you're fussy cutting something, you're always going to get that little white rim on the edge. What I do is I get a black Sharpie marker, and I just run it along the edge of anything that I cut. If it's little images of, like, I do a lot of mermaids and unicorns and stuff like that, but whatever little, anything that you fussy cut, run your Sharpie marker along the edge, and it just makes it look so much neater. It makes it look so much more professional. You can't even tell that I fussy cut this by hand, and trust me, I fussy cut all 12. Okay, so after you fussy cut all of these, all of the whatever little embellishments you're going to use, go ahead and glue them all together. Have these all ready. I always like to have everything ready so that I could just go ahead and do everything assembly style, and everything goes by so much quicker. Then after, when you have all of your little embellishments ready, then you're going to get some twine, any kind of twine. You could use baker's twine, you could use that regular brown twine that they use like for the packages. And I cut this down to 12.5 inches. 12.5 inches was exactly perfect enough to go ahead and go around and tie the edges and have a cute little bow at the edge. So now that we have all of our papers cut out, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video. I'm going to show you guys how we put all of the other boxes together, and we will be right back. Stay tuned, guys. beautiful little crafty monsters. So after we put all of the boxes together, what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and put some dimensionals on all of our little embellishments. I use these foam mounting tape. You can find these at Hobby Lobbies, but like I've told you guys in previous videos, I've found these at the dollar store for $1 when Hobby Lobbies has them for like $3.99 for this row. I find them for $1. And then when I go to the dollar store, I usually buy like 10 of them at a time because I use these like crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and put some of these on the back. We're gonna take off the backing. Whoa. And then remember, I have that seam in the bottom, so I'm gonna keep that in the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and eyeball this because I eyeball everything and put that in the middle. Okay. Then what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and get our baker's twine and we're gonna go ahead and tie the edges. I like to do 2 loops like so, because what I found was when I tighten it like this, whoa, calm down there guys, getting a little crazy on me. When I tighten it like that, when you loop it down, like when you loop it around twice or even 3 times, see how it keeps it like that? It doesn't unravel. That was a neat little trick that I learned from somebody on the crafting world. I don't remember who did it, but I saw them do that. They were explaining to it, and look, it just stays like that. So then at this point, it's so much easier for you to make a bow. And I've tried this on every kind of different ropes, twines, and it works the same. The only thing I've never tried it on, now that I'm thinking about it, is ribbon. I don't know if ribbon would do the same, but it probably would. So what I do is I go once and once more. So you kind of do it twice and then you just tighten it. I literally could leave that there for a while. That's not gonna unravel. I guess it's because the way you tightened it, it keeps it pretty snug. So then it gives me time to go ahead and make a little bow. And so there you go guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the rest of the boxes. We're gonna go ahead and show you how we did that. We're gonna speed up the video. Welcome back, my little crafting monsters. So I hope you guys all enjoyed the little video of me putting these boxes together. These boxes were so much fun. Here are all 12 of them. They're all different. And like I said, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video because I enjoyed making it for you guys. Stay tuned for more videos. We're doing the series of 6 videos, all Harry Potter theme, and we're doing birthday decorations. This is the second video of a series of 6 of them. First one was the birthday banner. If you guys haven't seen that one, go ahead and go onto my channel and look for that video, take a look at it and enjoy it. Once again guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Until next time, have a nice day.